Good afternoon. I want to thank you for being out here on behalf of the city of Montgomery, our city council. I want to thank everybody for being here today. We're here on the second Monday, 65 years later, of a mass meeting which started what would become a 382-day boycott of the Montgomery bus system. We're here today to talk about the economic impact. Not only that was made then in the statement that was made, but the statement we want to make now today as a new city. And as a new Montgomery, one of the things that we thought that has been important was the investment in public transportation. We know that through studies as well as through other white papers and research that public transportation is an impediment to those who are seeking economic mobility. And the harder it is for people to have access to public transportation, the harder it is for them to really climb the economic ladder to achieve the American dream. That includes all of those who are working hard every day to try to succeed. And one of the things that we announced when we were running was that we would make public transportation a priority of this administration. And we're seeking to do that today by announcing a $6.5 million investment into our public transportation system in Montgomery. We are showing through our actions that it's not just enough to profit off of the bus boycott and not invest in the bus system. We have to make sure that as a city, we aren't just looking to do things just for marketing purposes, but we are looking to do things for the right purposes. We have to make sure as a city that we're not just interested in the superficial and the surface level things that surround the modern civil rights movement, but that we're interested in breaking down those barriers, breaking down those walls that continue the systemic injustice of those that were fighting 65 years ago while they were walking along portions of Mobile Highway and other parts of Montgomery to their areas of work. And so today, by announcing this $6.5 million investment, it is the single largest investment in our public transportation system in many years. And it's something that is very much overdue. But while many would suggest that this money could be used elsewhere, we think it's important that all the citizens of Montgomery feel like they have an equal opportunity to achieve a better outcome and to achieve the American dream. That means making sure that for people who do not have reliable transportation, that they can get on a bus, they can get on a van and get from point A to point B to make sure they are getting to work on time, to make sure they're picking up a loved one, or to make sure they're supporting our small businesses. That's important for us to do, and it's hard to do that when we have not invested in our public transit in a way that really serves everyone in this community. And so we wanted to make sure that we took today, the second Monday in December, 65 years ago, again, when the first mass meeting was held to boycott these buses, to make the statement that we will invest in these buses. We will invest in our public transportation system, but more importantly, we will invest in the people that depend on these buses to get them the opportunities they need for the jobs, for the health care, for the schools, and for other things that they need to be able to have a reliable transportation system for. So there's a statement in politics that elections have consequences. They do. But elections also have benefits. And when you elect people that believe in what they say, when you elect people that believe in what they run on, then the benefits shouldn't take years to come. The benefits of electing those leaders should not take decades to come. They should not come with empty promises. What we're doing here today is to show each and every person, regardless of who they may have voted for, if they voted at all, what some of the benefits are for electing the type of leadership that believes in serving all the people of this community and believes that if you say something, you ought to stay true to it. We said we would invest in our public transportation system, and that's what we're doing here today. So through CARES Act funding, this infrastructure overhaul will include the installation of 12 new bus shelters, the replacement of 5 fixed route buses, the replacement of 6 paratransit buses serving those who are disabled. We will also roll out micro-mobility vehicles to enhance public transportation service in East Montgomery by offering an alternative on-demand hailing system that will provide greater frequency and reduce overall trip times. And this comes on top of some of the things that we've already done. Some of our upgrades will also include operational assistance for transit employees. The West Fairview Transit Station improvements, which our Director of Planning, Robert Smith, will touch on in just a little bit. Security upgrades to the downtown intermodal stations and preventative as well as capital maintenance needs. So again, just to talk about some of the things that we've already done in a little over a year being in office, we've already made prioritizing our transit system a high level issue for all of our directors and for all of our employees. We've brought bus shelters to the following locations: Windblunt Boulevard at Baptist East Medical Center, Eastdale Circle at Eastdale Mall, Vaughn Road and Taylor Road, Atlanta Highway and Burbank Drive, Atlanta Highway and Landmark Drive, and Mobile Highway here at the Department of Human Resources. But that's not it. Coming soon, you'll see the second phase, which will include 7 more bus shelters: Carmichael Road at the Social Security Office, Ann Street at the Walmart Shopping Center, Atlanta Highway at Walmart on the Service Road, Columbus Street at Columbus Square Apartments, Fairview Avenue just down the street from here at Kershaw YMCA, and Atlanta Highway at Coliseum Boulevard in front of the CVS Pharmacy. You heard me say Atlanta Highway quite a bit because we realize that's one of the more busier destinations for many of our riders because of the retail establishments that are located here. So before I turn it over to our Director of Planning, Robert Smith, we want to just say we understand some of the issues that are impacting this community from being all that it can be. And each minute, each hour, each day, all of us, not only at City Hall, but throughout the administration for the City of Montgomery, are looking for ways to be a more responsive government. We're looking for ways to really serve the people of this community in a way that they never have before, regardless of their zip code, regardless of what side of town they live on. We're looking to really transform this into the new Montgomery that many of us have talked about and many of us have prayed about even, and it is coming every day. This is one step in the process. It's not the end, it's not the beginning. It is one of many steps that we must take. But we believe that with a $6.5 million investment into our public transportation system, we can make this a tremendous part, a tremendous foundation of where we continue to build this city.